Welcome to Transits Fridays. Let's talk about what's happening astrologically from a constructive approach. So this channel is all about constructive astrology, which means brainstorming, thinking about astrological transits in the best possible way, in the most constructive and creative way, because symbols are multivalent. They don't have just one set of meanings or another. It's not 2 + 2 = 4. So let's have a look at the symbols with a more open attitude and focusing on manifesting the life we want to live. That's basically what we do here. And I'm a highly sensitive person. So for me, this whole like doom and gloom and the sort of mystical terrorism that exists out there really turns me off. So constructive astrology, look into the transits for this week. How have you been? How is the new moon for you? It's a time of rest, isn't it? New moons are a time of rest. We get low in energy a little bit, and I definitely feel that this week's being like a shift, a little bit of energy, and there's a little bit more of an urge to rest, even though I'm managing, especially my partner has gone to America for a couple of weeks. So I'm having the whole space for myself, and it's easier to work and rest. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm working more or not without him here. Anyways, how have you been? Tell me, let me know in the comments what's going on for you. How did you feel this very Taurian new moon? And the Taurian energy is about to get even more intensified. We're gonna get even more with this sort of life quality present in our lives in different ways, but we will. So let's move on from day to day here. So this is today, the 10th of May, Friday. And moon is in Gemini for the day. But you see, we're already like on a crescent sort of moon. And for this week, we're gonna have the moon sextile. So is the beginning, is the growth sort of period of the moon. And when the seeds that we plant with a new moon, when they start picking up and they start well, they start bringing situations where we need to take action as well with whatever it is that we set intentions for. So here we've got Venus 15 degrees Taurus, so it's coming to conjoin the degree of the new moon. So I always find that interesting. So here we are on Monday, moon is in Leo. Monday could be a particular interesting day because we have the Sun-Uranus conjunction. So the Sun is highlighting, putting the spotlight on planet Uranus. So all to do with rebelliousness, awakening, moving on from a rut, basically. I think Uranus really does that to us. So there's a feeling of electricity in the air with that Sun Uranus conjunction, and it could be a wonderful day to do things on your own, to do things for yourself, to be different, to be alternative and eccentric in some way, because that's another thing that we relate to Uranus. So it would definitely be a very Uranian day, which in astrology we say we can't predict, basically. It's like full of surprises. No matter how much we think we can predict, it's still Uranus. It wouldn't be Uranus if we could predict. That's what we say. And it's also the day when the moon will be opposing Pluto. So it's a more fleeting transit, as you know, because the moon moves a bit faster. Nevertheless, I think together with that Sun-Uranus feeling there, that could be interesting. That could be a bit of an interesting day, something big, some sort of big release, some sort of big emotions as well that we might feel with whatever situation we're facing. So that's Monday. And then Tuesday, we have Venus at the exact degree of that new moon. So the new moon happened at 18 Taurus, and on Tuesday, Venus will be crossing over that degree. So I think that's a day to keep an eye on and just to see what can happen. And it could be something pleasant because we're thinking about Venus. Venus, again, is forming that same sextile to Saturn as the new moon did. So what could be brought, we're not sure. It depends what house this is falling in your chart and what your relationship with Taurus is, etc., what you already have been working towards, like what was the intention that you set as well with that Jupiter Uranus conjunction, and the sort of Taurian flavor that we're all sort of going through right now, that we're all exploring right now. So that is a day to keep an eye as well. That could be interesting. That could be something could come up, you know, maybe a message, maybe a gift, or maybe something, you know, a lump sum or some kind of money as well we can make with that Venus traveling, you know, in the degrees of the new moon Taurus. Now on Wednesday, the 15th, we've got Mercury shifting to Taurus as well. So that's a very big Taurian stellium here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Taurus, big Taurian flavor here. So could be great for slowing down the way that we're thinking as well, slowing down our communication, or becoming a little bit more you know, more like civilized with our communication. Again, as a Venus ruled sign, as opposed to Mercury in Aries, which is a little bit more punchy, a little bit more impulsive as well when it comes to communication. So it could slow things down. It could also slow down any sort of contract or any situation like that. But we could think about solid things right now, or we could dedicate our minds and our ideas to solid goals, to goals that are aligned with our values as well, which is one of the deepest meanings of Taurus, in my opinion, and Venus as well. It's like, what is your core values and what are they? And are you making your decisions based on them and so on? So this is definitely a big part of that. With Mercury moving to Taurus, obviously Mercury is also coming to square Pluto, and that's going to be exact in a day or so. So it's already within orb very, very strongly anyways here on the Thursday. So Thursday 16th is already quite powerful. The Mercury square Pluto. Mercury square Pluto could be a bit of a secretive communication or power struggles in communication as well. So just keep an eye on that and navigate that as positively as you can in situations. Again, place that Mercury, place that Pluto in your chart and see what areas of your life can be connected to this square and this sense of secrecy, or, you know, whatever it is that might be happening there that might be a bit conflictuous in terms of communication. But it's best to avoid getting into power struggles unnecessarily, like just because, you know, and just falling into something if we don't really truly care about the situation or the cause or whatever. And on Thursday is when the sun is coming to conjoin Jupiter as well. And we have kind of both. We have Sun coming to conjoin Jupiter, and we have Venus coming to conjoin Uranus as well. So it's a very Taurian week, like very, very Taurian in flavor. Here we are, like the sun is very, very close. This is Friday. Obviously, I'm going to talk about these transits next week. But with Venus coming to conjoin Uranus and the sun conjoining Jupiter, that could be an amplification of the topics that we were focusing, setting tensions, or the new things that we were manifesting with that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So with the sun and Venus also activating these two planets, this could be the continuation of what's happening, some further developments of what we started. So what did you start when there was that Uranus Jupiter conjunction? What was happening for you? Where did the conjunction fall? And, you know, all of that can make a difference here. So it's a very, very Taurian week, I have to say, with a big emphasis here on these planets. And let me know in the comments, what are you planning to do with these configurations? What did you do with that Uranus Jupiter conjunction as well? Because that's going to set the tone for whatever it is that you also experienced during this week. And that's it. So I'm gonna go. I'm Fernanda Paiva, Hitchhiking Star. By the way, if you just found me, that's great. I hope you come back. And if you've been here before, it's great to see you again. So I'm gonna go. I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend and a beautiful week. Maybe get massages and all of the beautiful things that Taurus really enjoy. Why not? And I'll be seeing you all next week. Take care now. Bye bye.